What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matrius. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Grass the Kid. The map looks like Savannah here. And we have new tricks and new tools. Let me know what you guys think about it. We've got the thing over there that keeps popping up. That might be annoying. I don't know. Let me know. And we got a little intro screen, all courtesy of the fabulous works of a community member known as Oranos. I want to give him a huge shout out. He's been helping me with my stream setup and making it look clean AF. Super fun, super great. And we'll see how these games are going to go. We've got Matrius over here. It's been a while since we've seen Matrius as Poseidon. I'm super excited to see this. Not only is it Matrius Poseidon, but he's also going up against Oranos. And there's been quite a lot of talk recently about this matchup and the fact that, well, Zeus versus Oranos, that's kind of a skill matchup. Hades versus Oranos, that's kind of a relatively equal matchup, if not favoring the Hades. But Oranos versus Poseidon, what does the Poseidon player do to get an advantage in this matchup? It seems really, really tricky for the Poseidon player to play, as we do see that Matrius here is cleaning up these middle hunts here. He doesn't want the lure to steal it away from this granary and have him waste this villager walking time over here. So he has to kill all of the animals in this location here. One of the benefits of Poseidon is also one of the curses of Poseidon in this lure. So we'll see what sort of strategy here Matrius is going to go for, if he's got anything exciting here to show in this matchup, any sort of new fandangle strategies, or if he's just going to go for classic Matrius shenanigans where he just tries to outskill his opponent. Grass and Groom, on the other hand, he's kind of one of the more newcomers. He's been having an absolute tear in this tournament. Definitely surprising me, given how many wins he's had thus far in the group stages, showing that he is a force to be reckoned with. Can he keep it up or not is the big question when he starts playing the top level players in his group. Because there's a difference. There's a difference between 1,800 level players and 1,900 level players. There's a difference between 1,900 level players and 2K players. And then now we've also got players sitting at the 2.1K mark, the 2.2K mark. There are differences between these players, and whether or not it ends up showing or not in these games remains to be seen. But we'll have to excitedly watch is my opinion here, as we do see the temple coming up here for Matrius. He's got a lot of villagers on the wood line already here in the classical ages. He's going to be in the archaic age, excuse me, as he's going to be advancing up, most likely through Hermes here, or he's going to get himself a Theseus, as he does decide to do just that. He's got all the food in the world here. Villagers coming over onto the gold mine. So a little bit of a later advance time here for Matrius with Hermes. We'll see how it's going to go. Personally, I'm going to keep saying this. I just don't like the early hero in these matchups. I definitely don't think that it's I don't think that if this is something you do every single game as Greek, and this is something you can basically scout out as an Oranos player, whether they do this or not, there is a very easy counter to the early Theseus. We do see that the relic, the Fetters of Fenrir, has been grabbed here, and this is not really worth an early hero in the slightest. But if you do this as the as a Greek, every single game, your opponent knows you do this, then they're just going to send their oracles back here onto their second hunt, and there's not going to be much that you can do to stop it, as a general idea. So we'll have to wait and see, but what Matrius' actual strategy here is. It looks like he's going to be going for a one town center play with only 3 villagers on gold, lots of villagers on wood. I do like this as Poseidon. I think that this is a much more solid way to go, but the question is exactly how does this build work for Matrius? Is he pulling his villagers back home, getting himself a stable, probably getting himself a second stable up on the top side of the map, trying to block in his base as best as he can. He does have an exposed gold mine here as well. as the Hippolyta is going to be popping out there for Matrius. Villagers starting to come out. And we do see that the villager over here has been pushed back. I mean, grass here, the amount of damage that you take from having your citizen, I mean, grass is being smart and chucking it onto this savanna tree as Matrius doesn't chase it all the way away, but the amount of damage you sustain from moving your villager off of hunt is so big. We are now seeing grass is sending in Murmillo, sending in Terma. He's going to be able to valor these units here, and that Theseus will have to retreat away, so it's not going to be the biggest amount of damage that Matrius is getting with this Theseus, but we'll see how things are going to go now. Hippolyta is coming in. The Hippocon are coming through as well here as the pressure is going to start mounting on this position as well. As Theseus retreats back into this position. A little bit of speed walking there by Matrius. Love that play as the units are starting to mount onto this position. The food situation on this map is quite dire here for Grass and Groom. So he's going to have to think about maybe putting these villagers onto wood, and the villagers on wood in his main base come over onto berries. He's got some goats in his main base, as the units are going to be happily taking this fight here with the help of that centaur to take down some of those non-hero Murmillo. Is going to be really, really big. And now we also see that Matrius gets himself early Hippocon here, or early medium Hippocon here as well. But taking a look at the main base of Matrius as well. He's got himself 9 villagers on gold. He's got himself what looks to be around about 9 villagers on food as well, as he's chucking villagers over onto wood here. The big question is, how long is Matrius going to stay in the classical age? Because he does need to think about, well, heroic age, getting things like Hippaspist out, getting things like getting that curse out as well. All these things are going to be really, really important. Maybe even also getting himself out some Toxotes here to help quell the pressure that the grass is going to put onto him. If we take a look at the stables, still building Hippocon at this point. No, we are seeing an archery range coming down as well for Matrius here, so makes a lot of sense to try and deal with those Murmillo. I mean, to be honest, we might even see a shockwave coming through here by grass to try and pick off a couple of villages here as the Promethean gets pushed back. Plenty of units in defense here for Matrius as he's going to come through here and push the Grass and Groom army away, especially with the help of that centaur. We do see that Grass is not being too crazy here by just simply running away when he sees the units, as the Toxotes still haven't started here for Matrius. Going to be a very, very necessary thing here. Matrius could also throw up another wall over here to just make some more difficulties for this army to push through, as the units here coming in to try and push Grass away, but yet again, Matrius not able to do all too much. We do see a cheeky wall getting thrown up over here in kind of Age of Empires 2, kind of fashion here, but villagers will start falling here as Matrius doesn't quite get that villager on the right side of the map there. We do see the watchtowers coming through as well, as Grass is pushing in onto this location, almost sniping the villager there. Meanwhile, over on this location, we are seeing little bits of raids happening over here, but Grass is in hot pursuit of the defense there, as the army retreats back into this position for the time being. Toskopos over here as well. 4 medium Hippocon is enough to kind of push these medium Hippocons. 4 medium Hippocon is enough to kind of distract these 3 Murmillo away, as now the front of the base is under siege here, and this is where things get a little bit scary for Matrius. He's only at 66 population. He's getting himself hand axe. He's got himself watchtowers here as well, and Grass is going to start putting pressure onto this gold mine. Now, Matrius does have access to ceasefire, so he can use that ceasefire at any point here in order to try and get his army into a decent position population-wise, but he really is not going to be wanting to take these fights, as that Hippolyta is getting so much damage done onto those Promethean as Grass moves in and out here, not getting a whole bunch of return fire there as the army decided to turn around and take this fight. Matrius still trying to sneak little bits of DPS in here. Big shockwave coming in. It might be just time to ceasefire here, in all honesty, for Matrius. He is so far behind on the population. The watchtowers are helping in this fight as well, as the units coming through trying to take this fight. The Hippocon not really getting a whole bunch of damage done, as Matrius is trying to micro this one here. And Matrius here, he pulls back into his base, utilizing that the town center, the 2 watchtowers here for the defense. It seems to be enough to push Grass and Groom back, but Grass is still getting good damage done here. The villagers, only 7 on the gold mine over here. The gold is on the front over here as well, all spread out on the map. So Grass here if he continues to put pressure onto Matrius and force Matrius to stay in this classical age, he should be able to continue taking these fights very, very nicely. Not only that, we're starting to see some catapulties come through here, which are going to be vitally important in the fights moving forward, because Matrius doesn't have any infantry in his army. He's gone for Hippocon Toxotes here in an effort to try and defend his forward gold mine here. No infantry because of the low hunt, but I definitely think that the infantry would have been a big help here. Not only that, Matrius has got plenty of resources in the bank here that he's not spending compared to Grass, who's really spending his resources nicely as the Terma pushing forward, trying to take out those Toxotes as Matrius pulls back ever so slightly. The Hippolyta getting targeted down there by the infantry units there nicely as it's about to fall. Those Prometheans are just swamping in to this location. Matrius has still got 245 gold left, but he's sitting at 50 population. Grass and Groom's population here is still sitting at a solid 100 here as he takes down all of those units. Matrius retreats back. We're going to be seeing the towers getting taken out on this position here as well, as Matrius, he doesn't have any favor to rebuild his Hippolyta here in this game as the villagers pop out and going to be jumping onto the temple or somewhere else here as well. And I mean, to be honest, Grass doesn't need to kill this watchtower. Killing this watchtower is giving Matrius a lot of value here, taking out those units on the front, but he takes the tower down. We do see villagers now moving over onto this gold mine, and Matrius is in a very, very difficult position as finally we see the Desperation ceasefire in. But I mean, think about it here. 1 minute with 4 military buildings, and let's just say they're all producing consistently here. That's 6 Hippocon that he can get out, and that's maybe 8 Toxotes with a total of 16 plus 16. Maybe like 32 population-ish worth of, maybe 30 population-ish. Roughly worth of population he can climb up, which will get him back up to 90 total, and Grass is just going to be able to get up to his 115 no problems here. And that's saying if Matrius can get full production for that entirety of that ceasefire, and he hasn't been able to. So the population is still sitting at this very difficult to manage 115 for Grass to 70 population for Matrius. As Matrius trying to grab gold on this position, the villagers retreating back home here. We do see the units are in position yet again. The tower is no longer here as the army going to be sniping down that villager there. He can break down these walls fairly easily to allow the units in here. I mean, there's also a huge gap on this position as well, as the Toxotes are getting a decent amount of damage from the backliners, but the Terma push forward. Nice micro back there from Matrius, pulling the Terma into the firing line of those Hippocon there, as the Toxotes are able to get a good amount of damage done. But how many Terma are left here? The population for Grass still sitting fairly strong at 100 here as the villagers coming through to get into this fight. Prometheans getting in as well, sniping down those Toxotes on the back. Does look like Grass and Groom's army has been kind of hurt quite a bit here, in all honesty, but Matrius is now sitting at 40 population, or under 50 population here, as the Hippolyta gets sniped down yet again. More Toxotes getting kind of one-banged by the Terma on these fights as well, and Grass and Groom, while Matrius here has lost all of his units, Grass and Groom here, he needs to keep an eye on this gold mine, and he does manage to do so, sending the units forward. Matrius going to be retreating back home. He doesn't have anything left. Matrius can throw a ton of villagers onto the favor here in an effort to try and make Centaur out here as an idea, but it's just such a difficult thing to make it work here. After all is said and done, we do see 8 villagers on the favor now for Matrius to try and get himself some Centaur out here. Grass and Groom, does he have Valors left? He does have 1 Valor left here, most likely, as the villagers coming up to the top side of the map here looking for gold mines. The Oracle's already in position there. We see the Termas searching around, making sure the Matrius cannot get gold anywhere on the map, as we do see the villagers back over onto this location, going to be able to shank down the the Terma on this position as well, with Matrius not able to really even get himself Sylvan Law at this point. I wonder if a second temple wouldn't go astray here, but I guess Matrius can't even afford to produce consistent centaur here every 20 seconds as the army coming forward onto this position. That Valor getting shot down yet again in the main base there to get a couple more of those hero units and hero citizen involved here. But Matrius, I mean, he's trying to get gold on this gold mine yet again. One villager on it. Villagers still getting their favor up as the centaur coming in. Walls on the front getting taken down. Still no effort for Matrius to get himself another gold mine. He's trying to stay in this game, but the fact of the matter is here, the Grass and Groom is going to motor forward here in this game. We do see a stray centaur getting caught out there as the hero Terma gets a huge amount of damage done onto the centaur. But Grass is going to be able to go heroic age really soon. Matrius having to throw down his farms here. We see a second town center also coming down for Grass and Groom. Grass has already got himself 9 farms in his main base. Plenty of economy to come through here. And Matrius with 14 villagers on favor. I'm here to tell you that it kind of doesn't matter how many villages you put on favor. It's very, very inefficient. But Matrius is going to attempt to fight his way out here as well as the Grass and Groom army at this point still not able to figure this one out in how to actually finish the game right away. But I feel like he just needs to keep doing what he's doing, keep pushing Matrius off the gold mines. We do see the Matrius has managed to get that home gold mine gathering for just a little bit more gold. But with Thea coming through, the second town center coming up, Matrius at this point here is going to be out of his home gold mine. And while he will be able to get a handful of units out here, he is getting Toxotes. He's got a whole bunch of Centaur out. The Stymphalian birds are going to be coming. The Dryads are going to be coming. Grass and Groom's getting himself Shaft Mine as well. He might want to consider taking some villagers off of food here as well and just putting them over onto gold. With only 5 villagers on gold, spamming out those Dryads, not the easiest here at all. As you do see the hero Terma getting converted here to try and take out the centaur. Grass probably, he might feel a little bit hard done by allowing that gold mine to get gathered here, but when it comes down to it, he doesn't need to move in to this position in the slightest. We will see one centaur getting taken down, maybe a second centaur getting taken down as well, maybe a third centaur over here getting taken down as Grass hits the heroic age there. Matrius will decide to tap out in that moment. A good effort by Matrius trying to hang in here, but Grass playing this one too well in this matchup. I say it a million times, but the big thing that Poseidon players in general, and also Hermes users of Zeus, struggle with in this matchup is when to use ceasefire. Ceasefire is a god power, which it's so strong, but it seems to be that Poseidon players and Zeus players just, they wait until they've lost the game to click ceasefire. That seems to be their thought process. Whereas the thought process should be in this matchup, I'm going to use this ceasefire in an effort to get myself to full population so that I can actually fight this Oranos army. Whereas the Oranos is just like, I want to keep fighting, I want to keep fighting, I want to keep fighting. But if you get that extra minute before the big fight actually happens to get a little bit more population out, chances are you actually win the fight instead of losing the fight, which Matrius here did not do. He took the fight and then he clicked ceasefire, and that's where the problems lie. The other thing here that Matrius did, which I mean, against Oranos, I don't particularly like, is he didn't get out any infantry. Infantry units in this matchup are so vitally important, and yes, the hunt was low here. There was really not that much hunt to grab, but you still have to do it. You just have to. You don't have a choice. You're going to just have to accept that you've got a little bit less units, get your farms down, and then play the game in that way. Building Toxotes as a response to the fact that you don't have hunt, all that does is it slows your farms down so you can't get your food units out, and it gives your opponent more of an opportunity to utilize their Terma, which they also want to be building anyways because there's low hunt. So you have to ask yourself the question, is it better to have less units that are stronger against your opponent's army composition, or is it better to have more units that are weaker against your opponent's army composition. And I think with the two facts here of ceasefire earlier and going for infantry here, I think that Matrius would find himself in a better position in this matchup. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.